this is Charlie from Adventures with Charlie, and today I'm going to give you my review on the 2020 Artemis Fowl movie. Based off the popular book series, Artemis Fowl, it centers around young Artemis Junior Fowl, whose father, Artemis Senior Fowl, is known to be part of some of the biggest robberies of the century of all time. One day, Artemis's dad is kidnapped, and he won't bring back. If Artemis can find a special object in order to become the next criminal mastermind. So I have not read any books of the book series. It is not that I was interested in them or anything. It's just It's that I've never heard of the book series until this movie was announced. So I never had the time to read the book. But I'd see it as they've made a movie. What did Artemis Fowl offer? Well, Disney did the right thing of putting this on this streaming service. Seriously. This isn't Disney. This is like Sony. They picked this animated movie, which isn't animated. Okay, I'm going too far. It's not as bad as something like the Emoji Movie. Let's calm down. At most it's mediocre. That can be said mostly about every single character. Artemis Jr. did have potential to be a strong main character. With his to become a great criminal mastermind after his father to be the next one, with a lot to learn. However, the biggest problem with him is that he's just us that there's nothing really interesting about him. The same could be said about his father, which I did have hopes for a great character, but not much came out of him, so there. Another big problem with this movie is that it had so much potential with the fairies, especially Holly Shorts, who's next to be commander of the fairy troop. But now they're just your typical creatures living underground. And as for this villain, he had potential to be great, but he's not barely in this movie. Seriously, he does nothing. But if there's one good thing to say about these characters, it's that at least the acting is really well done. The actors did a very good job with Judy Dench and Colin Farrell, and Josh Gad, all offering a great performance with their characters, making them sound different than what they usually sound like in their movies. But if I did have one big criticism to say about this movie, it's gotta be with its story. This could have been one of the best Disney stories they've ever created. But, unfortunately, no. There's really not much to say about Artemis Fowl, because there's barely a story. There's nothing really interesting about the movie. It's just Artemis preparing his team to stop the evil for villain and save his father to be the next one mastermind. But that's all this movie does. Well, there is a bit of action here and there, but there's barely any to see. There were some scenes that were a bit action-packed, but hardly enough. Action. I mean, I wanted to see how it ended with the fight between the heroes and the villain. But we barely got that. Seriously, this movie just felt boring. But if there is one thing I can say about this movie, to make on a high note, the visuals are phenomenal. Literally, the visuals in this movie are perfection. Every single scenery of the visuals is executed in the best way possible. There is so much creativity put on some of the designs of the creatures, not to mention the underground world of fairies living in. It's just incredible. That, and while there isn't many action scenes, with the action we got, they're executed in the best way possible, especially with all the weapons. So that kind of saves the movie a bit. So overall, well, Disney, out of all the decisions Disney have made over the years, putting this one on Disney Plus might have been one of their smartest. The 2020 Artemis Fowl movie is barely a film at all. In fact, what much does it offer? While it has some bits that are praising for, or like some creative voice acting and phenomenal visuals, it cannot make up for everything else it offers, resulting in a weak and poorly executed story and characters that are mediocre. If I did have to have a recommendation, it'd be mostly for either fans of the book series, fans of scientific movies, and fans of sci-fi movies. That's if you like Disney's other action sci-fi movies, like A Wrinkle in Time and Tomorrowland, you'll most likely enjoy this one. As for the rating, and this film really didn't do it for me, and that's why I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. And it could have probably been a lot worse, but on overall, it's just a terrible criminal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!